It looks untouchable until you look closer. Something is feeding on the predator. Even killers have enemies.
Before we see the predator, dozens of blood-feeding leeches are already attached beneath its massive jaw. Move only a few centimeters, and another cluster appears, then another, hidden between folds of armored skin. The armor protects the crocodile from teeth, but softer spaces between the scales offer parasites somewhere to feed. Around the hind leg, another dense colony clings to skin that remains submerged for hours at a time. Even the webbing between its toes provides tiny protected spaces the crocodile cannot inspect or bite. Under the belly, separate feeding colonies turn the softest side of this predator into parasite territory. At the tail base, powerful movement can push water aside without dislodging many parasites already attached. Only now do we see the host, one of the river's most powerful predators, carrying hundreds of tiny passengers. From jaw to tail, the infestation is divided into separate battlefields, spread across almost the entire underside.
The crocodile surges forward, yet the sudden current does surprisingly little to parasites already anchored against its skin.
Dragging across the bottom removes some exposed passengers, but the deepest folds protect much of the infestation. The most sensitive battlefield lies closer to the mouth, where even this predator cannot simply turn and bite.
Then a tiny fish approaches the one place almost every other animal would desperately avoid. The crocodile slowly opens its jaws, exposing a row of teeth built for holding animals far larger than this visitor.
But the fish returns, moving along the tooth line instead of disappearing into the safety of open water. A quick pick removes edible material around one tooth, and the tiny visitor immediately searches another. A second fish arrives, and suddenly the predator's open mouth has become a feeding opportunity for more than one visitor. Two becomes four, each taking brief turns close to the teeth before retreating whenever the crocodile shifts. The jaws begin to close, and every cleaner disappears before the enormous teeth can meet. When the mouth opens again, the same visitors return, suggesting the danger is worth the food they can reach. More fish gather around the head, though only the boldest approach the mouth at any one moment. The tooth line becomes a moving feeding zone, with small fish repeatedly approaching, picking, and retreating. Near the jaw corner, leeches and other edible material crowd the same small area, attracting repeated attention. Soon, a single crocodile is surrounded by a loose cloud of small fish moving constantly around its head. At the peak, dozens gather nearby, creating a strange contrast between one enormous predator and a cloud of tiny opportunists. One slow turn of the head splits the entire group, but the swarm reforms as soon as the giant stops. When the jaws open wider, several fish exploit the newly exposed surfaces without venturing unnecessarily deep inside. Each tooth dwarfs the cleaner beside it, making this one of the strangest size contrasts in the river. Every cleaner remains ready to flee, because cooperation, or tolerance, does not make the jaws any less dangerous. But while the mouth receives attention, most of the parasite invasion is still attached far beyond the fish's reach. Under the belly, another dense colony remains almost untouched, protected by position rather than by the crocodile's armor. The hind leg carries another concentration, where soft skin and constant water create an ideal attachment zone. Even the tail, one of the crocodile's strongest weapons, cannot easily remove parasites fixed to its underside. Eventually, the crocodile leaves the water, and its small underwater visitors can follow no farther. On land, the infestation becomes easier to see, dark clusters concentrated around the softest and most protected areas. The crocodile opens its jaws again, but this time there are no fish. The animal is basking in the sun.
Drying exposed surfaces may make life harder for some ectoparasites, although gaping serves several possible functions.
For centuries, stories have claimed that a bird walks into a crocodile's mouth to clean its teeth. But the famous crocodile dentist story has never gained the strong modern evidence many people assume it has. The better documented visitors are smaller and underwater. Fish have actually been observed picking at submerged crocodile teeth. And heavy infestations are not just cinematic imagination. Crocodilians can sometimes carry astonishing numbers of leeches. In one documented Morlet's crocodile, researchers removed 184 leeches from a single animal. Leeches can also transmit blood parasites, although their overall health impact on wild crocodilians remains incompletely understood.
The river's apex predator can dominate almost anything its own size, yet an entire smaller world still lives upon it. Next, the giant grouper cleaning station. See you in the next episode.